Hi there, my fellow small-time farmers. Wanted to share an idea with you of how I solved a problem. Like a lot of you, I've got a barn, I've got a few horses and some cows, and I've got a loft in my barn, and I've got to get the hay from down there up into the loft. And I really don't want to buy a hay conveyor. So I had to come up with some ideas, and I'm going to share that with you. So here's the basic design of the hay chucker. It's made out of a triangle put together by 2x4s. The side that goes laterally along the bottom of the floor I refer to as the cantilever, whereas the side of the triangle that extends down to where the hay sits is the hay boom. Then of course the longer side of the triangle, the hypotenuse, helps to support the two. The triangle hangs from a pivot point that is on the bottom of the loft floor, so that when it swings from that pivot, it will lift the hay upward. At the end of the cantilever is a counterweight. This weight can be adjusted according to how heavy your hay is, how you want to operate the hay chucker. The longer triangle and the hay boom extend beyond their point so that they can provide an area where the hay platform is mounted that provides structure for it. The hay platform extends upward, and then there's a small shelf to hold the hay in place. When the triangle pivots, it causes that hay to go upward, and because of the angle of that hay platform leaning backward now, the hay falls off onto the loft floor. If you've got a lightweight, such as 35 pounds or so, you would operate this by pushing that cantilever down and into position. In this situation, you have a heavier weight, and that causes the whole hay chucker to be at a resting point with the hay boom in the upward position. In this situation, you would attach a rope to the hay boom so that you would pull it down, load the hay, and essentially just let go of the rope, and it would act as a catapult and toss the hay up onto the loft floor. Of course, you wouldn't want it to be so heavy that it would be hard to pull that rope down. Have to find the right size. Let's take a look at some of the pictures of the hay chucker that I built and some video of how it operates. This is a picture of the pivot point on my hay chucker. I accomplished this by drilling a hole through the floor joist in the loft and running an eye-bolt down through that. Then I had a bracket that had come off an electrical pole that held an insulator. I took the glass insulator off and used the pin to run through a hole in that junction. There are several ways you can create a pivot point. The bottom line is you need a pin to run through there and support it adequately. You'll notice that in each of the three corners of the triangle, I held them together simply with 4 screws. Here you can see the hay platform. It is mounted to the 2x4s where they extend beyond the point of the triangle. This provides an area for good structure to hold that platform in place. Here you can see the platform from the front. You can see that the shelf is designed to hold the hay up above the thickness of the loft floor when it is in the upward position. Also notice the angle of the platform. That's designed so that it is leaning backwards when it is in the upward position, so that the hay will simply fall off. So here's a quick video after the fact, just to show how this thing works on manual mode. It's got a 35-pound counterweight on it. And so a little bit of a push and it goes right up. That was so awesome that I think we ought to see it again. Look at those muscles. Nice. And again. It really is that easy on manual. So now, while the hay chucker is pretty sweet, just with the counterweight and being able to lift the bales of hay by hand, I thought, why not take it one step further and let's motorize this sucker. So you can see here that I've got a rope tied to the cantilever. I've got these boards installed as guides, simply to keep the whole hay chucker going straight. And the rope leads down through the guides and is tied to the back of the lawnmower tire. The lawnmower is set up on a block so that this tire is off the ground, but the other one is not. And then I deflated the lawnmower tire so that it's a little bit concave on the surface. That way the rope will stay right in the middle. So now I simply need to fire up the lawnmower and press the handle forward to raise it up, press it back to lower it down. It stays within the guides and it chucks the hay. Okay, let's fire this sucker up. Here's a look at how it operates from the driver's seat. Simple enough. Press the handle forward. It reels the rope in. The hay platform goes up. Pull the handle back. It comes back down. And it's really that fast. If I had it to do over again, I would probably move the lawnmower out further and turn it around, so I had better observation of the whole apparatus, just for safety's sake, in case somebody walks under it. There's the rope leading from the cantilever, going down through the guides. And here we'll see how the rope wraps around the tire. I have very little footage of the actual hay unloading process, simply because when we unloaded the hay I didn't realize how sweet this thing was going to be, so I didn't bother at the time to set up for video. We unloaded 110 bales in about 45 minutes, and that was limited mostly to the time that it took to stack it upstairs. Otherwise, it tosses them up there as quick as you can throw them on the platform.